Hi, how are you all doing? Just a little update. I haven't done a video for some time, not for several days, but there's just so much going on, and I just wanted to, you know, comment a little bit on what's going on. Now, 2011, we're in March. What are we today? I can't remember. Well, it's the 8th of March. I'm in Greenwich Mean Time. I'd say the 8th of March is like 1:30 in the morning. So really, 7th of March, 8th of March, whatever you want to call it. And we're not even one quarter. We've not reached one quarter yet of the year, and so much has been going on. Now, just this past sort of while that I've not made a video, I've had my finger on the pulse. I've been keeping abreast of current affairs, all what's going on, looking at loads and loads of sources, loads of data from .gov websites, seismic activity, volcanic activity, what have you, radar activity, so much stuff. And I know there's guys on YouTube that sort of do daily updates, and I would love to do that. Um, I've got a job, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure many people do have a job. I'm just so overwhelmed. There's just so much information, so much information. It's like, where do you start? Anyway, I just wanted to give a bit of an update because there's just been so much been going on, and I can't put any links in my description because there's just so many. But just Google, research for yourself. Don't believe anything anyone tells you. Reach your own conclusions through your own research. Check these things out. This is the age of information. There's so much information to be had. So many different sources of information. Come to your own conclusions from the research that you do yourself. But this is what I've observed. Okay, just a couple of interesting observations. First of all, there's been so much activity in 2011 so far. We're not even halfway through. We're not even a quarter of the way through 2011, and yet there's been so much activity, abnormal activity. Okay, that one thing I've noticed is that where's all the talk of 2012? It used to be in 2010, right up to Christmas 2010, it was all talk of 2012, 2012. All the Maya stuff, 21st December 2012. Well, yeah, that's all still very relevant. Of course it is. Let's not lose sight of that, okay? But I've noticed that 2011 has been so action-packed that I think that it's a case of, well, hey, let's get through 2011. Let's see if we make it through 2011. Will we see 2012? Well, I believe yes, we will, because I'm really not here to fearmonger. I do believe that we'll see beyond 2012, and that we'll enter into a fantastic reality. But anyway, it's almost as if it's taking the attention away from 2012, because in the now, living in the immediate now, there's so much going on. Now, okay, earthquakes, volcanoes, cracks. Cracks very vague. I know. I'm talking about fissures in the ground, huge, enormous cracks. They're just propping up all over the world. Now, it's interesting that where they're coming up in places where it can't be blamed on an earthquake. You would think of an earthquake, it would cause a crack, well, as usually in the movies, they don't usually cause big cracks in the ground. I've been in earthquakes myself. I know they don't do that, but you would expect if something was to be, named as a cause of a crack in the ground, you would say an earthquake. Well, these cracks were appearing where there are no earthquakes. What's that all about? I don't know. Okay, so many, many, many all over the world. Check it out. Volcanoes. Goodness me. I did a video about volcanoes forget it. It's been mega. The volcano activity all over the place, man. It's just it's getting unsettling. Earthquakes, goodness me, they're just rife. I'm talking about earthquakes of a 5 magnitude and above. Not little ones and twos, although yes, there are little ones and twos. Okay, but I'm talking about significant earthquakes that are worth speaking of. They're all over the place. There's also, I think it's gotten so crazy that some of the mainstream, .gov websites that hold this data, USGS, they're actually removing some earthquake data. I think maybe so as to not cause public panic. There's been Yellowstone earthquake swarms and earthquake swarms around various volcano sites, and the data's been moved or downgraded or whatever. That has happened. I've witnessed it myself. Okay, animal deaths are still going on. It started in the new year, around the beginning of January, still happening. And we're talking, it just started as birds and fish. And now, you see, these things, some people watching this video may be surprised to hear these things, okay? But it's because when you turn on the news on your TV, you're not going to hear about them, okay? Things might get a brief mention, but you see, a lot of this stuff, it's not on the mainstream, okay? There's also the moon activity is a bit strange. There's just so much. Okay, but it's just too much to talk about. Okay, I'm already like nearly 7 minutes into the video. Okay, but I want to talk about an interesting thing. There's been an awful lot of stuff. Check it out for yourself about sightings of two suns. Okay, very peculiar. Two suns. Now this I find peculiar. What's that about? Two suns? There's been so much footage and photographs. The Chinese mainstream has made a big thing of it. We're not going to get on the UK mainstream, I don't think. It's just something that it's just too laughable. I think they'd maybe be embarrassed or not even that. I think I just don't think that they would want to put it up on there. But even in the UK, in Manchester, there were photographs of two suns. In China, it's been on the mainstream. In the USA, there's been all over the world photographs and footage of two suns. Now, some of these, yes, they can be debunked. A lot of them are not, can't be. Very descriptive accounts of how and when and with what camera and what shutter speed and various things that give these photographs incredible credibility. There clearly is two objects in the photograph, two distinct objects. Oftentimes the background within the photograph authenticates the photograph itself. Say like cloud covering both the sun and the planet or whatever it is, okay, besides the sun. So that's strange as well, okay. Now, as for I'm in Northern Ireland, that's where I live, and I think I've not seen anything with my own eyes. But then I'm not going to, because there's been so many chemtrails here. I can't remember the last time I saw a blue sky the entire day. Alright, it's just getting more and more overcast. There's days where you get a blue sky, and by lunchtime it's just a haze, just a white haze. And you see the chemtrails, you see them at it. You see them, and while the chemtrails are going on, you see little planes with their little contrails. Okay, which just makes me think, well, hey, we're definitely seeing chemtrails here, because there's contrails flying alongside the chemtrails. So you can make the differentiation. Hang on a minute. Differentiation. I can't say it. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. So very strange. Now, my personal theory. I'm going to give my personal theory now. This is now something personal that I've concocted in my own mind. It might be wrong, but this is what I suspect. Okay, is that um, the mainstream will have us believe, okay, because they're already doing the psyops, they're already sowing the seed and preparing us. Okay, there's been various reports on a star called Betelgeuse that will, I don't know, supernova or something. It's going to implode, explode. I'm not sure what. Okay, and what it's going to do is blast the light. We're going to see like a big, we're going to see like a second sun. Yeah. Now, are they bringing this out so that when we see a second sun, which we are already seeing, but when every eye sees it and there's no disputing about it, will it be that, oh, okay, well that's just, it's not an object, it's just light from this imploding, exploding, whatever it is, star Betelgeuse out there in space, and that's what it is. That's the explanation, okay? But is it? Is that the explanation, the official explanation? But could it be that it is Nibiru, Planet X, whatever you want to name it what you like? There's so many names. Could it be? Could it be? I don't know. I suspect that that's what it really is because, and why do I suspect that? It's because of all this activity on the Earth. What on earth is causing it? What on earth is causing it? Something is causing it. And I've yet to find any plausible explanations other than the fact that some gigantic, massive object is having a gravitational influence and causing some havoc. I just don't know. Okay, so I think that's all. Oh, and just one more thing before I upload. Okay, very strange, very suspicious. Okay, the elite. Well, some. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to generalize too much. There are wealthy people of this world and elitists of this world that, in the month of March, they're buggering off. Was it the Rockefeller family? They're going to they're going to India. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they're going to India. There has been reports on people going places. Even Alex Jones is going somewhere. He's going on holiday. Who else? Can't remember. It's a little suspicious, isn't it? So, I don't know what's going on. But I'll just say one more thing. There's a lot of talk about Elenin, this comet, and people are talking about the 15th of March. Well, I'm not going to say anything about it. All I'll say is this. We don't have long to wait to find out, do we? Okay? Because in a very short time, we'll be able to look back and say, yes, it was true, or no, it wasn't true. So, hey, let's not bother wasting energy trying to say, yes, it was true, or no, it wasn't true, because we're going to find out very soon, It's not like we've got 10, 20 years to wait. We've got a few days, a couple of weeks, yeah? So, it's not long. I know that there was talk of the 3rd of March. Well, that's gone. Nothing happened. There was no pole shift on the 3rd of March. So, hey, we can check that off the list. Okay. But on the other hand, the other side of the coin, yes, it's good to be aware of potential things so that we can maybe be prepared, have a plan, go to a safe place, have some supplies put away in a bag or whatever. Just premeditate a few little things that you need to be doing if the shit hits the fan. Okay, and that's it from me today. Thank you. Take care. Cheers.